want to share it.
I'm angry that you staying here.
Staying where?
In Grand Rapids.
Tell the camera.
I'm angry that my dad is still in Grand Rapids.
Why are you angry?
I'm angry because I feel like for a long time you were complacent with where you was at.
Okay,
so that's a question. Why did you get complacent?
What do you mean when you tell me I'm complacent?
Why were you just comfortable why were you comfortable with dealing with what you had to go through when you had to go through it instead of, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something better to get up out of here?
Okay, fair question. When he says dealing with what I had to deal with, could I ask you to describe it a little bit, what you felt I was dealing with? I want to answer it. And I do have an answer. I just want to make sure I'm addressing what you really want.
People that like beat up on you and people that use you and stuff, like I feel like this city don't need you because you showed a lot of love to a lot of people that I saw when I was coming up as a kid.
Okay.
And the same love, it didn't get returned back.
Okay.
And when my dad was going through his hard time, all the love that he showed to the other people didn't get returned to him, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like he got comfortable with that, and then he just kind of took that on the chin and just kept, you know what I'm saying, going with the program.
Okay.
So why did you do that? Why didn't you, like, leave?
Leave here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great question. The reason I stayed in Grand Rapids is because I made a child with a woman who is rooted in Grand Rapids, and the proximity requires me to be able to look past any mistreatments, any upset feelings I might have about this place, or any time I might feel slighted by humanity or anyone for that matter. The times that I feel like that. But that responsibility to be a father is something that I take so seriously that there really isn't a deal breaker for that. Now, should I have then uprooted the son and the mother, or should I have uprooted just the son, or should I have uprooted just the self? All of that may have caused the family to break down, because had I just moved the son and the mother, then the family that the mother and the son were a part of would be broken. If I had just moved the son, then the family that the mother and the son and the father were trying to make would be broken. And I would always then say, I made a sacrifice to stay to parent your little brother. And I felt that the people who may have saw me suffer, or when I was having a bad time, maybe they didn't know, right? And I don't look at people for, I did this for them, and I know that they know I did it for them. And to acknowledge that means that when they see I'm needing them to do something, they do it. When I do something for anybody, I just do it because there's been some divine feeling. It's like I get a feeling in here.
I do too.
And that's why
I do too. Like I just give money to homeless people, $5.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes, like one time I was in Walmart and I saw like a Hispanic family and they couldn't pay for their groceries.
Right.
Well, they could pay, but you know they had like WIC and some other stuff wasn't covered. It was like $20 worth of stuff, bread, cereal, milk, you know, stuff like that. And I paid for it. I was like, I'll pay for it. Y'all go right ahead and take your stuff.
That's right.
You know, but I see stuff like that. But as far as like you saying you didn't want to separate them from their family, you know, could that be an excuse? Because I separated myself from my family when I was 14, but it don't make me feel like the family bond is weakened or nothing like that. Like I'm able to still call y'all on the phone and talk to y'all and come see y'all when I need to get my family bond.
Okay.
But I feel like this environment, we can't grow here because, you know, the circumstances of our community, especially in this city, you know, it's not a lot of opportunity for us. We don't get a lot of fair treatment in the city. You know, you go to the southeast side of town and it looked like a war zone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Okay. So you've been here. Well, first I'll address that. And you are a wise man. You're right. And the times that you were where you were still the son. And then with the opportunity, you could have came home anytime you wanted. You being the young man you are, you've been that since I first saw you, since you're a little guy there, huh? So then you made your choice, and I supported that choice. And it didn't break up our family because you were 14, stick with me, and you were making a conscious decision, and then you always had a place right here with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was that you wanted to go and travel and to journey and pursue your path. So it was really that I had completed what I was supposed to do with you. Hence, today being, what's today's date?
26.
Tell the camera today.
March 25th,
What year?
2016.
We're currently in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today, your brother is 14, and I'm now leaving him. You see, he's old enough now.
Yeah.
So a lot of the reason I stayed here was the timing. It wasn't time. I couldn't go, right? But as he makes a valid point, Grand Rapids, Michigan is, depending on the day of the week, the worst place for Black African Americans to live. It's in Forbes magazines. You can find this online in a few places. I don't even know what the other criteria would be to be considered the worst place for Black Americans, but the criteria that they used, for whatever reason, put this particular place as the worst place, and then it went to rank number 2, and then it ranked to number 5. And any day of the week, I believe 5 of the top 10 cities, worst places for African Americans to live, is in Michigan. Not to digress to another point, but I'm just saying, and what you say is so true. This is not the place for me to be, and you wish that I wasn't here. And I am leaving today, right? Going to the state of Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm not bringing up a family because the family has been built. It's okay for a man to go to war and fight for his family. Go as a truck driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if the family isn't secure or built or formed, he better focus on that before he do anything first.
Okay.
You know, so I had to, in essence, love your brother the same way I loved you. That's what I felt I was doing. I might have been wrong. Right. I accept I could have made the wrong choice. You know, and if I did, I want to make sure I apologize to you first, because that's probably who would have hurt more. Your children. The bad choices of the parents hurts the children more than it ever hurt the parents. So if I did the wrong thing by staying here, I apologize to you because that affected your life.
Right.
Yeah. That was a good question to ask.